Hello các bạn, nay mình sẽ live về speaking và listening nha. Mà nay cô live chắc cô sẽ nghỉ sớm nha các bạn. Hello. Hello Tú Phạm. Hello. Hello Bảo Huy. Bạn nào muốn lên luyện nói thì cứ request luôn nha. Hello muội. Cô ăn rồi, cảm ơn em. Có Colin này. Rồi để cô accept Colin vào nha. Bảo Huy, có muốn lên nói không em? Rồi, để cô add Colin vô. Hello Hân, hello Phúc Lê. Cả Colin, cả Brandon luôn. Lovely. Hello Colin. Colin, nghe được cô nói không em?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine today.
Good to hear that.
How about you?
I'm doing okay, thank you. I'm still a bit sick, but I think it's fine. Yeah.
Oh. So you should chill. You should let other teacher live maybe.
Yeah, they're
Because
all so busy. That's the case.
they're also busy.
Yeah.
Hope that you could recover soon.
Thank you, Colin. Alright, and thank you, Lucky, as well. Hello, Hua. Alright, so back to you, Colin. Let's start with the first question for you. Yeah?
Yes, highly ready.
Good. So, question number 1. Do you collect things?
Definitely. I don't know if that's weird, but I have the tendency to hoard things around my house. I feel like I'm kind of a freak, kind of like a Japanese person lifestyle where anything that has a memory to it, I would keep it and hold dear for my for life instead of like throwing it away. So maybe I could I could use a therapy session to treat that kind of habit.
Yes, very nice. I don't think you need to change that habit in any shape or form, and that means you like to collect things. If you can, try to talk more about like what things do you collect. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of touch on it when you say anything that have memory, hold on to it, right? That's good, but be more specific. Like what kind of items do you tend to hold at home? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okie dokie. All good, yeah, Colin. Colin, you want to do a part 3?
Yes. I want to do a part 3.
Good. So let's do this one. Is technology replacing traditional ways of remembering things?
Um, mm, my answer would be yes and no. There are certain things that can be remembered by computers and artificial intelligence, but there are certain things that hold traditional value and cultural value that needs to be stored in books, in items that hold the value over time, instead of a pure computer that can be stored, that can be replaced anytime soon, and that certain cultural value or traditional value um, uh, keeps its rarity by there is only one item in the world, or yeah.
I expect more, but anyways.
Meant by it being The only one in the world. Không biết explain sao nữa không?
Okay, I understand. I think for this one, it doesn't really actually have to be the only one in the world. Like the earlier argument is quite valid. You just need to add one or two examples onto it. Like some of the thing you cannot just digitalize it. You cannot just have like a soft copy of it. Let's say like a dress, right? There's so many dresses from like Victorian, Edwardian time. So like from 16th, 17th century, like European style, right? Or even kimono or Vietnamese traditional dresses. Like if we can keep it from hundreds of years ago, it's different from like you just scan it and then put the data online. If you can see it physically, does it make sense? Yeah.
Yeah. Ôi hay vậy cô. Sao cô ra ví dụ cái Victorian gì là Edward là cái gì vậy cô?
Ý là những cái váy mà thời cổ á, những cái thời mà tầm thế kỷ 16, 17, Victorian time hoặc Edwardian time. Yes, Victorian time thì là cái thời mà nữ hoàng Victorian trị vì, Edwardian thì là thời vua Edward trị vì. Thì thường Victorian time nó sẽ hơi diêm dúa hơn những cái mà style Edwardian time, kể cả về quần áo cho đến kiến trúc. Yeah.
Cái time ghi sao vậy cô?
Ghi theo tên người ta luôn. Đây để cô viết cho Victorian time or Edwardian time. Nói tên thời đại theo tên vua chúa luôn. Yeah. Đây là vua người Anh và cũng là nữ hoàng người Anh luôn. Đây là một cách nói rất là bình thường ở Anh. Yes. Khi mà người ta muốn nói về cái thời đại. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Edwardian thì nó sẽ gần hơn, thế nên là mọi thứ nó sẽ gọi là đơn giản hơn về họa tiết, kể cả kiến trúc cũng vậy. Alright.
Okay. Thank you a lot.
You're welcome, Colin. Glad to help. Okay, so Colin, stick around for listening if you can, alright? Okay, so get back to part 1. Hôm nay cô hơi ốm nên là cô sẽ cho các bạn làm speaking đến khoảng 12 giờ 15 thôi. Xong rồi 45 phút sau thì mình sẽ luyện listening. Yes, mỗi phần sẽ ngắn hơn 15 phút. Xong sau đấy thì phần listening rồi mình sẽ tan sớm tầm 1 giờ nha. Nên bạn nào mà có muốn luyện speaking thì đừng ngại ngần mà cứ join luôn đi. Ok Brandon, 12 giờ thì vẫn còn suất, cố lên. Quay lại lúc 12 giờ nha Brandon. Alright. So, hello Gấu Bông.
Hello, Miss Lina. Hello, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing okay. Thank you. How are you?
I'm a little tired actually, but it's okay.
So let's practice then. All right.
Okay.
Question number 2. Are there any things you keep from your childhood?
Well, I don't often keep a lot of things from my childhood. I don't quite remember what things I already kept from my childhood. Maybe just some very old books that I forgot to throw away. It's still in the storeroom. I remember I have kept some toys, some very cute toys, a teddy bear, but I threw it away a couple of years ago. I don't have the the habit of keeping things from my childhood or the old things that I don't use anymore.
That you cannot remember any item that you have kept since your childhood, right?
Some years ago, I kept some books and toys, but I think I threw them away already.
Okay, so they're more in past tense. Yes, I get that part.
Yeah.
So you can say no straight away. Because the question is about, even though some years ago, it's still in past tense, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you're still keeping those stuff now. So maybe just say no, actually. And then talk about the story like some years ago, you still kept a few things. But then, Okay?
Okay, I see.
Good. So just say no straight away and talk about like maybe up to that point, those items like the books, they held certain meaning, but then up to that point, it's not what you still cherish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that more about the books, but since I said I threw them away, so I stopped talking. Is that bad? Is that not a good way?
It's either way. So the thing is that because you need to explain why you still kept it for like the most part for like more than 10 years. Maybe
Right.
there was a reason behind it. And then the second phrase, why you threw it away, maybe they were no longer relevant or they do not held any special value to you anymore. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good advice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, go bông. All right. So next is Phan Khoa. Hello, Khoa.
Hello, teacher.
How are you? Are you sick as well?
I'm doing well today. Yes.
Okay, good. Because like you know what, Khoa, you sound like so different from normal. So that's why I'm asking.
Yes, today is so cold. So my
Yeah.
voice, yes.
So last time you told me that yesterday you told me that you were a bit sick as well, and now I think you're fully sick. Yeah. Like I say, it's contagious.
Yes.
Okay, so question number 3. Would you keep old things for a long time?
Um, of course, I think old things are important because they carry memories and feelings. Sometimes when I look at something I kept for a long time, it helps me remember a person, a place, or something I did in the past. Not all old things are useful, but they can still be meaningful. For example, I still have my first school bag. It doesn't work anymore, but it is my first gift my grandmother buy for me. So it means a lot to me. Yes.
Good. Okay, very good example, very specific. You can start with the example a bit early on as well, because basically this is part 1. The earlier,
Yes.
yeah, you dig deeper, the better, because you may not have enough time. So the specific example you talk about was a school badge. Did you say
Yes. School bag.
like this, like the thing that you put on?
Giống như cái ba lô.
School bag, right? Our school bag. Okay, right, that's fine. So again, bag.
Bag.
And this one is badge. Okay. Say that as well. The one that I sent on the comment section for you. Can you see it? Badge.
Bag.
Good. All right. Well done. It mean a lot to me. It means. Okay. S. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Well done. Khoa. Stick around, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye. Next is Tấn Thắng. Hello, Thắng.
Hello, Miss.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good and I'm having my lunch. But it's okay, I can answer your question.
Okay. All right. So let's start from question 4 right here. Let's see. Where do you usually keep the things that you need?
So I would say it depends on my stuff. For example, if I want to keep my school things, I would keep it in my school bag or in my pencil case. But if if it's more important for me, like a jewelry or accessory, I will keep it in a place where is more safer.
For example, I can put it in a small container and then I put it in a cabinet which one have a locker to and in order to I can make sure that no one can easily to store it from myself.
Okay. Good. Well done. So a lot of context specific vocabulary, like how you store all of these items. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let me see. So this one. Good vocab and yeah, clear answer. Where do you put them? It depends. Yes. So school things. You can say school supplies. Yeah.
Okay. School supplies.
No, school supplies. All right.
School school supplies.
Yeah, with S
Supply
as well.
có S đúng không?
Yes. School
Yeah.
supplies. All right. And so it's like old pencil, papers, notebooks, that kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have what else? Let me see. A batch. It's a trivia answer. Okay. Say this word again. Jewelry.
Jewelry.
Yes. And to stow it. After to, the verb is infinitive. What's the infinitive form of to? Of stow. To.
Steal.
Yes, to steal it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Well done, Thang. Great answer. Quite good fluency. Few hiccups, but not very noticeable. And also well developed. Yeah, your idea is well
Okay,
developed.
so teachers, you know what? Before I try to speak fast. In order to I can show up myself and I can show to others that I am fluent. I am fluent in speaking. But you know what? I just recognize that whenever I speak faster, I can easily get a lot of mistake and then when one day I suddenly joined a live stream and I give many advice from a teacher and she told me that you need to slow down your speaking and in order to you can recognize your mistake and you can correct your grammatical errors immediately when you talk. So that's the reason why I slow down and I try to speak slower, slowlier. So is it,
Slower. Yeah.
slower? Okay, so is it matter? Is it effect to my score when I speak not as fast as I did before?
So like once you join my live stream, I can tell that you have this very steady pace. I'd say it's good. Like the current pace is good. If you want to, what you need to add is your intonation. You can speak slowly and add more intonation, like when to go up, when to go down, just a tiny bit more. You're kind of having it at the moment. It's not like it's not there. You can speak fast if you want. You can speak slow if you want, as long as is something that better for you, really. In your case, I really think speaking slower suits you better because, like you said, you can correct your grammar, your pronunciation mistakes, and think about ideas and vocabulary better. Yeah. So don't worry about speaking fast. It doesn't matter as long as like your pace is fine. You don't drag the sentences or parts of the sentence down, so it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And by the way, say this again, error.
Error.
Okay, air, not ear, yeah? Early on you say ear. And next is recognize.
Recognize.
So it can be SZ or Z, okay, in terms of pronunciation. Okay, the ending part.
Okay.
Okay, right. Well done, Thang.
Okay, thank you for having me. I'm really appreciate about your advice.
You're welcome. I'll see you tomorrow and also stick around for listening, okay? All right. Yes, Gấu bông you can request, of course. Yes. Gấu bông request luôn thì sẽ có lượt nha em. All right. Rồi, các bạn request luôn đi. Hôm nay thì cô sẽ luyện speaking cho đến 12 giờ 15 thôi. Xong sau đấy thì mình sẽ luyện sang listening. Này mình sẽ tăng sớm lúc 1 giờ nha. Alright, các bạn thả tim với cả follow kênh cô nhé. Bạn nào chưa follow thì follow đi nha. Xong rồi tẹo nữa tới phần listening thì là comment các bạn nó sẽ không bị ẩn nha. Right, hello boy. Hello bạn boy. Hello, hello.
Hello, teacher.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good, good. Is it your first time on my live stream?
No, I remember that this is the second time.
Okay. Maybe you changed your avatar.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with this topic. Do you like art?
Yes, of course. I feel art to be a great way to express oneself, and if I have free time, I always enjoy paintings, like stone painting and drawing. And if I have a chance, opportunities, I want to visit art museums whenever I can.
Okay, good, good. Great way to express ourselves. Okay, I think one word I couldn't hear you. You say something like stone paintings. Did you say that?
Tranh đính đá, tranh
Okay, stone, right? Okay,
stone.
say again. Stone. Can you say it? Stone. So O sound. Okay.
Stone.
All right. So if you say stone painting, it's maybe a bit unclear for the listener because it's more or less our translation from Vietnamese to English. I think I know which one you're talking about. I'll find the word later and then send it for you guys like tomorrow, I think.
I can paraphrase, making the paintings by stone.
Like what? Yeah, painting by stone, or you can say like by small crystals. They're more like crystals rather than stones, aren't they?
I get it.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Good. You can say they paint with like small crystals and they stick it on top of the canvas to create a colorful painting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you say this again as well? Opportunities.
Opportunity.
With S as the end as well.
Chance.
No. Opportunities.
Opportunities.
Good. And ourselves. You said ourselves right in the first sentence, right? To express ourselves. Yeah.
Express ourselves.
V-E-S. Vs. Yeah. Ourselves.
Ourselves.
Good, good. Well done, well done. Yeah, I think it's a decent answer for a part one. I need you to speak up at some point because you tend to lower your volume toward the end of the sentence, and that may cause difficulty in understanding for any examiner. Okay?
Yes.
Good. And yeah, just like that. Okay, well done.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. You have great pronunciation. All right, so next will be Miss Duy Việt, yeah? And
Hello, teacher. Nice to see you.
okay, nice to see you as well. You still doing well?
Yes.
Good. So this topic today is quite interesting. It's about art. Do you like visiting art galleries?
Thank you, teacher. Yes, I prefer visiting art galleries because they are a quiet place where I can see beautiful and creative works. For example, I once visited to a gallery in Ho Chi Minh City last summer, and there I saw amazing modern painting. So I find art galleries very inspiring me. That's all.
Art galleries, very inspiring for you. Interesting. So, what did you see in that museum?
I saw modern piece of art. But when I look at when I look at those picture, I didn't understand the meaning. So I asked my husband. He's an artist, and he explained more for me each picture because I think normal people don't recognize the value of each picture. That is that artist want to express in each picture.
Interesting. Yes. That's a good way of expanding your answer. You can talk about your experience, like you don't know this and that, and your husband helped you out. That's good.
Yeah.
Or you can also talk about let's say your initial guess. Talk about one painting, your initial guess when you saw that painting the first time, and then after hearing the explanation from your husband, you get a whole different view. Yeah.
Yes, it's really helpful for me when I listen to your explanation.
It's okay, Miss Việt. And can you say this again? Not piece of art, but modern pieces of art. Yeah.
Modern pieces of art.
Those picture with S as well. Those pictures.
Those pictures.
Good, good. Well done, Miss Việt. Yes, great job.
Yes, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome, Miss Việt. You know what? You and your husband similar to me and my husband, but like the role kind of swapped because I kind of learned art by myself. I learned to paint, and I watch a lot of videos and read a lot of documents about different arts and different genres and all that, different styles of painting over the years. So whenever I went to museum or like an art galleries, I'd be the one talking to my husband like, hey, this is what it is and all that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, so yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Việt. So next is Mina. Hello, Mina.
Goodbye, teacher. Goodbye.
Bye, Mrs. Việt. Right. Mina, hello, hello.
Oh, sorry, I've been out for some stuff.
Yeah. Are you going out now? If you're going out now, you can. Are you there, Miss Mina?
No, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So how are you?
Totally not good, not bad.
Really not good. Okay, so sorry. Right. Okay, so let's do topic art. Yeah. Do you want to be an artist?
First thing first, thank for having me here to speak English, because it's been a long time since I've practicing English. Okay, thank you. So, with the question, do you want to be an artist? I would like to say that I love art. It's my cup of tea, but if I have a chance, I wouldn't become an artist, because I think to be an artist, we have to be talented in like some area, like singing or acting, but I don't have any talent in these areas. So I just enjoy the artist who performs these art.
Okay, interesting way of putting it. Okay, so Miss Mina, I see that you have clear answer. If you can even dig just a bit deeper, like which artist you admire, or like you admire but you don't have talent for it.
Yeah.
That's your explanation. Okay, that's fine. Um, yeah. Great pronunciation, clear idea. If you can dig just a bit deeper and also try to speak a bit faster so that the words are not too dragged out,
Yes.
they're a bit too separated from each other. You need to bring them together. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
You're
By the way, I want to ask, I want to learn the advanced vocabulary, but whenever I learn them and I forgot them maybe 3 or 4 days after that.
I understand. So I would say it's very easy for us to forget vocabulary. There are two ways of doing it. The best way would be combining these two methods. The first, you need to learn words in context. In context, it means when you read a book or when you watch a movie. But especially when you read a book, the author tend to use the same vocabulary range over and over again. Therefore, if you encounter like word A or word B in chapter 1, you may not understand. You may search on dictionary and you get it. And in the second chapter, the author may use it again and again in different contexts for you to understand, and you see it all over. So it can stick to your brain better that way. Okay?
Yeah,
So read
great
a book.
idea. Yes.
Yeah. Second is once you search for new vocabulary, organize them. You can put them in like flashcard apps, or you can put them in like physical flashcard papers. Okay? And then review them. At least, I guess you are a mother, so you're busy. So
Yeah.
you may review at least once a day. And on whichever the day that you're free, weekends, or maybe one weekday, you may review it 3 times. Okay?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Okay.
Lina. Stick around for
Thank
listening.
you for spend time with me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Okay, so Thắm ơi, Thắm còn đấy không? Cô request cho em lên nhé. Chứ thấy nãy hồi em chưa request được. Alright, cô invited rồi đó. Alright, so bạn Phương lên rồi. Good. Okay. Giờ cô sẽ để lại 2 slot. Một là cho bạn Brandon nãy xin với cả một bạn Thắm. Còn lại sau đấy thì tất cả các bạn trên này tới bạn Phương nha. Rồi sau các bạn đó thì là mình sẽ chuyển sang phần listening nha. Alright, hello Khoa.
Hello, teacher.
Lovely. How are you today, Khoa?
I'm doing well today.
Yes,
Yes, the
I
weather
can see.
is cold, so my voice is loud.
Yes, I just asked you the same question. We just had this conversation like 15
Yes.
minutes ago. Yeah. Actually, you sound a bit better than the first attempt. So. Let's do this one about art. Okay, Khoa?
Yes.
Do you like modern art or traditional art?
I think I like traditional art more because it often shows history, culture, and old stories. For example, traditional painting can show people in old clothes and beautiful nature or important events. But I also enjoy some modern art because it's very creative and unique.
Proof how is it creative and how is it genuine?
Yes.
Can you tell us? Like, how is it creative and how is it genuine?
Um. tranh hiện đại thì em không biết, nó cứ mơ hồ cái gì ấy cô.
Exactly. That's why I personally detest abstract art and some of the modern so-called art, abstract painting, mơ hồ ha, abstract painting, tranh trừu tượng. Or you can also talk about, so when you talk about traditional painting, you talk about, is it like the Renaissance period? Is it before that? Is it after that? So Renaissance period, thời kỳ phục hưng, okay?
Yes.
Yes. And also talk about different style of art, like they got a lot, Baroque, Impressionist, Realism, all that. Yeah. If you have the knowledge, then you can talk about those things. If not, then yeah, do what you did. But if you really prefer like the modern art, you gotta be able to expand on it. Like why? But if you're not able to talk more about modern art because that's really not your actual cup of tea, it's okay to talk about traditional art and prefer it more. Okay?
Yes.
You can talk about traditional art the way you did, or like more inclined toward something that you like. And modern art, you refer to abstract paintings and why you cannot understand it, why you cannot comprehend what they're trying to portray. Hence, you prefer the traditional one more. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. If we have time and if everyone love to understand more about art, you guys can comment in here, and I make a video about it, or I answer it on live stream, like on another date for you, because there's so many, not just one. Okay,
Yes.
Khoa. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay, so next that would be Thanh Trung. Thanh Trung, hello.
Hello, teacher.
Oh, Thanh Trung, where are you? Okay. Vince, hello Vince. Vince, if you feel like it, you can join and practice your public speaking as well. And Thắm, I cannot find where you are. I keep sending you requests. And also Brandon, if you're not back before 12:15, you cannot join. All right, hello Thanh Trung. Hello. Trung ơi, nghe được không em? Rồi, bên Trung lại không thấy đâu. Hello Trung.
Yeah, hello, teacher again.
Okay, good. Right, so Trung, let's do another question in this topic
Right.
for you. Okay. Yeah, hello Manuel. So will be Manuel, right? So after Miss Phương, it's gonna be your turn. All right. So back to Trung. Alright.
Yes, teacher.
Good. So Chung, you're gonna do question number 5. Did you learn drawing? You are a kid. Did you learn drawing?
Yes, I learned drawing since I was a kid, like I was a baby. Because at first, when I was super young, my mom teach me how to draw simple things. But I draw very ugly. Even now I draw, I'm not very good at drawing, and I'm trying to practice it. But like I have been practicing drawing for a long time since I was young to now, and that's also one of my favorite things to do when I'm bored. Yeah,
Okay.
and also I try to learn, but it is useless because I'm not very good at drawing.
Poor you too. You should not be, how shall I put it? You should not be pessimistic in a sense, because, well, I'm gonna give you some feedback about IELTS in a minute as well. But talking about painting and drawing, you can keep trying, and sometimes if you feel like you don't want to show your arts to others, even it is your family members or your friends or close friends, because they don't give you any great support, try to draw in your own time and try to I used to hide it away, and then up until a point when you can cultivate your skills and you can draw very well and you start receiving compliments, then you can start showing it to others. That may be healthier that way.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm not very careful. I'm not very careful. Like, yeah, I'm not.
I can't hear
I
you too. It's all
um
muffled. Yeah.
I'm not very careful about drawing. Like, I just draw for fun and just drawing. Just no, I don't care about careful, so that's why I'm drawing very ugly. My draws are very weird and ugly. But my art is very ugly. Yeah,
That
because I'm careless.
Okay, so I think that actually it's one thing to say that you think is not very good, but it's another thing to deliberately say that it's ugly. And I think art can be appreciated in multiple ways, and whether you not being careful or you put more effort onto it, yeah, it's your work. So I think you should start intrinsically start loving it, and then yeah, one
Yeah,
day you can practice more and more like what you're doing and you will become better. Yeah,
yeah. I hope so. Thank you, teachers.
it's okay
Also.
too. And for IELTS, don't repeat the same thing over and over. If you think it's not good, just say it once and then
Yeah.
elaborate like what you did. No need to keep adding it on toward the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I understand now.
Okay, Tung. Well done. Okay,
Thank you,
so
teacher.
you're welcome. All right. Bye for now, Tung. Stick around for listening. Hi, Brandon. I just sent you a request. You need to be fast. The last slot is yours. Okay. Yeah. Gấu bông đợi cô xíu nha. Với cả gấu bông second round nên nhường cho bạn Banana trước rồi đến lượt em nhé. Alright. So let's see. Điên ngang thì kẹo nữa vô trong phần listening là sẽ cố gắng để không bị điếc nha. Rồi, Đức đọc đâu gọi là điếc đâu Linh Minh. Vince, one question is what we would do when facing unfamiliar topics or topic we don't have experience. Yeah. So let's say if you don't have experience, let's say being into like joining or visiting an art gallery, yeah, you can talk about a similar experience, but say it deliberately. Like, I have never ever been to an art gallery, but I'm gonna tell you a similar experience when I have been to ABC Museum, for example. Okay, yeah. So that one way of tackling it. Another way is that, yeah, it's back to the fact that you should tell the examiner up front that not but yeah, sorry, I don't have much experience in this, but I'm gonna try my best. And then again, talk about something similar, or talk about something that, let's say you haven't been there, but you watch some documentaries, and then talk about that, because yeah, and hopefully that the examiner be nice enough to change the topic. If not, then good luck. And another thing is that now we haven't done the IELTS test just yet, so try to read, listen, and really incorporate new knowledge. And of course, when you read and you listen, you also improve your English ability. Yeah. Linh Võ, cô sẽ mời em nha, để xem em có lên được không nhé. Ủa? Cô thấy là hình như có bạn đã mời rồi. Alright, so, okay. Let's see. Hello, Banana.
chào cô.
Yes. How are you?
So. What about your throat?
It's getting better. Your microphone is a bit strange. I can hear you like a cinematic audio. I can hear you
Is
left,
it better
right.
now?
No, it's the
Is
same.
it better now?
Is
Is it the same?
Yes.
Because I'm using the headphone.
Okay. I think
Okay.
it's fine. Don't worry, because it's just a bit. It's not that much. Yes.
Yeah.
Last time I heard you speak in Vietnamese on Miss Du Livestream, and also you sang a song. Yeah, I enjoy it right at that on that part. So yeah, very nice voice, Banana. Okay.
Actually, I intend to sing an English song, but instead I prefer the Vietnamese song, and it's quite popular at the same. It's quite popular now, so I think everyone will like it. So I decided to sing it.
Yes, very nice, very cute as well, Miss Banana.
I was so shy.
You did great. I love your voice and your song. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So let's
Okay.
do question number 6 about art. Yeah. Do you want to learn more about art?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if I have time and enough money, I want to learn everything, right? And for art, I think it's a great to understand different cultures, right? And from art, you can learn how people express their feelings. So if I have more time, I would take a course in painting, or I learn the art history, or I learn about famous artists like Picasso. So this could help me see the world from a different view, and it would be fun to try new techniques and improve my own painting skills.
Yeah, I think it's good. Good, Banana. So mostly it's all about paintings and how to appreciate art, how to appreciate paintings. So it all toward the same point and why you want to do so, and learning more about art. How is it going to benefit you? You stated it at the beginning, yeah, and explain further at the end. Yes, well done, Banana. In terms of content, I think it's good. Yeah, this is a part 1, so yeah, I think it's fine. If it is a part 3, try to dig even deeper into one of the item on the list. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, for example, if I want to talk about flower arrangement, is it considered to be art?
Yeah.
Or
Of course, it is a form of art because art definition is like super wide nowadays.
yeah. Okay.
But I would say your answer is already good because it's all about whether you learn to paint, you learn to draw, you learn to appreciate art, or learn more about its history. It's all surround around like drawing and paintings and all the things related to it. So I think that's the best way rather than introducing a new one. Like, oh, I love to learn how to draw, learn about his history, and then suddenly jump into a new one, like flower arrangements. I wouldn't add it like that. Okay?
Right. Okay. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, so let's get back to Go Bông. Yeah, hello, Go Bông.
Hello again, Miss Lina.
How are you? Again?
I'm good. I'm happy you invited me again. Thanks so much.
Okay, you're welcome. You want to do a part 3, right?
Yeah, I would like to try a part 3 question to challenge me a little bit.
Good. So part 3. Is it possible that technology will replace human memory?
Well, I think technology can replace human memory, but partially. Today AI is extremely powerful and contains a lot of information, as well as our memory that we put on it. So I think human memory can be stored in AI. However, some memory related to feelings such as the happiness or sadness or some fun experiences with relatives or family members cannot be replaced by technology or AI. We should keep it to ourselves. We should try to to keep the memory about the people we love. People should not depend so much on AI or computers because they might have some errors that might lose all of the memory. I don't know much about technology, but that's my opinion.
That's interesting. That's interesting viewpoint. Though there's a lot of loopholes in there, so they may argue like, so yeah, if you store it there, you only store it on one device, so yeah, it can be deleted accidentally. If you store it inside your memory, like your actual brain, you may forget about it, right? And also, maybe over the years, the image of the event could not be as vivid as if you see a video or a photo. Yeah. But anyways, other than that, I think, yeah, because this is a part 3, so the examiner may ask you follow-up questions to double check your logic. But other than that, I feel like you try to answer straight to the point. Like right at the beginning, you say partially, and you say AI is powerful. But then, so I want more follow-up on AI because without AI, we can already store like all of this data, like pictures, videos, audios, on our normal computer or other electronic devices, right? So what the role of AI gonna bring in this case? If you say AI, you need to elaborate on it more. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for your feedback.
You're welcome, Gobom.
Those are really nice suggestions.
Okay, thank you, Gobom. Yes, well done.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help.
It's okay. All right. So Gobom, stick around for listening. I rarely see you in listening.
I often practice listening by myself because if I see your listening answers, I don't know if what scores will I have if I do it by myself alone.
You will know because I let you do it by yourself the first time. I only check it the second time. So you collect your first score. Like let's say today we do session 3, tomorrow we do session 4, other day we do session 1 and 2. Note down your raw score from the first attempt. That's your actual score.
Okay.
So don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'll
Okay.
try that.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yes. See ya. Stick around for listening.
Okay, I will. Bye.
All right. Bye. Okay, so before Colin start, I will read Ling Min and Vin's comments. So we have 4 people up here. After Colin is Miss Phương, and then Miss Thắm, and then Monday. I hate Monday. Okay. If Brandon is here, you can join. If not, then after I hate Monday, we're gonna change to listening. Okay. We may not do a full session today. Okay. Are you Brandon? Okay, right. Good. You have so many accounts. All right. So Ling Min. Okay. Yes. So the difficult one, try to simplify it. I mean, you don't give me a difficult one as an example, so I cannot really, give you a more specific answer, Ling Min. But from here, let's see. Like the difficult one, you would simplify it, try to bring it down to something you know, that really the way of tackling many of them. Guys, can you hear me? Colin, can you hear me well? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me well, right?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because I hear some buzzing noise on my headphone. Don't know what happened. Anyway, so back to Vince, a story of Van Gogh cutting his ear that you told me. Oh, okay, Vince. Yeah. Well, I love art and I love like his history and bits and bobs here and there like that. So I share with you guys more. Don't know what's wrong with my headphone. Okay, so great. As long as you guys can hear me, it's fine. So Colin, let's go back to you. To art, yeah.
And one thing I want to say here is like the listening part. I want to follow your speaking listening session, but I feel like listening overall is too boring. I feel like maybe I'm admit that I'm not very good at listening, but every time I try to listen to test, it's just kind of boring. I prefer the pure listening. Like I would watch vlog and they gonna laugh. I just prefer it that way.
Thing is, Colin, this is a test.
Yeah,
It's a
no.
test. It's dry. Let me tell you one thing, it's dry. Not just
Yeah.
listening, but everything else. Maybe speaking is a bit more colorful because like we can chit chat a bit. But any test is dry. And another thing for you when you view tests is that I tricked myself into doing this when I was in like year 6, year 7 back in secondary school, and from that point I became better at studying in general. So trick yourself thinking all the listening questions, they like games. Yeah, they like different levels in a video game that you play. And the reward is going to be a high score. And that reward, unlike many games, we cannot take the credit score of the game out. We can take this score out in our real life because that effect is matters to us. So that's what I try to think when I was in like year 7. I thought to myself that all the score I receive in class, among all these boring tests, it's like a game for me to level up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to think about it like that. Especially TOEIC, you know, TOEIC, the test is longer. It's not difficult, but it's just so long. So you gotta think that way. Otherwise, you're gonna be so bored. Yeah.
It just feels like forever, and I'm like my mind's too foggy, and I feel like I get brain rot. I watch all the English video content on TikTok. I can watch it like for days or years for centuries without getting bored. But just the moment that I click on the play button of the listening test, I just want to sleep right away.
You know, like I told you, same thing for reading as well, because it's even, in my opinion, it can be more boring than listening sometimes. Because first of all, it's longer. Yeah, it's longer. Let's admit it. It's human nature, really. But how do we use it to our advantage? Like I told you, just think it's a game. The higher score you have, the better it will translate into your life directly. Yeah, so think about it like a game. And you're gonna get higher score. And you're gonna feel good when you have a higher score. Let's do it like that.
Definitely.
So question number 7. Do you like drawing?
Yes, I like drawing. And as a child, I was drawing a lot of pictures all over the house. It's graffiti, it's doodle. But now I feel like drawing is more about graphs and charts because now I'm learning English and I'm learning math. So I need to systemize every single pieces of knowledge that I need to consume and absorb into my brain for tests instead of like drawing for from pure imagination.
Yeah. So do you like drawing? Do you still like drawing?
Yes, like I feel like drawing is for intelligent people, and I would like to think that I'm an intellectual individual.
Interesting answer. Like, yeah, you can say it like that. And some examiner may burst out laughing like I do. And Mr. Ving may not understand why we're laughing. But yeah. Anyway, so Colin, that's good. Just say it like the way you feel it. But be careful with your initial answer because graph and chart, that's not the typical drawing we're referring to. You may say like, so when they talk about drawing, they mean the thing that you initially stated. Like you doodles, you draw like graffitis and stuff like that. Yeah, that is drawing. But drawing inside a math exercise would not be considering as drawing per se. Okay.
But the exercise also say like draw a map, draw something for that. They don't use the word.
I know. Yeah, but it's not what the question is asking. That's what I'm saying. But if you want to, you can just say it quickly, and just say like, yeah, maybe that kind of drawing inside exercises I don't prefer, but like come back to like other drawings for leisure. You still enjoy it, and you still do it. Yeah.
Ôi, với lại cha mã là cái nếu mình nghe á là cái nghe kia nghe test á thì chậm nhưng mà lại làm không ra, nó cứ check mình cứ vòng vòng, nhưng mà nghe bình thường nghe vlog hay là ấy thì em nghe lại được, là cũng nghe cũng thấy vui vui. Nhưng mà nếu mà nói chuyện với người bạn ngữ á, cô là nói chuyện sống một thời gian đó thì nói chuyện người bạn ngữ là nếu mà người ta coi mình là người bản xứ á, hồi lâu kiểu cũng có người Anh người ta nói chuyện với em approach một cái là mất hồn luôn. Người ta cái tốc độ nói hay là cái giọng điệu nó khác trên YouTube luôn, trong khi là coi YouTube làm để coi vlog rồi đó.
Yes.
Người Anh người ta nói ghê lắm.
Yes.
Không hiểu gì hết.
That I agree. So I studied in the UK for 5 years in total. And the first year, I actually studied in an international college, so all international students and British teachers. I could understand the British teachers fully after 3 months. But then when the teacher, they teaching, they tend to slow down, and most of them are quite old. They slow down so they make sure the students can understand, because that really is their job. So same as I guess like when you watch YouTube videos, they make sure that they enunciate the words clearly enough for you to understand, and they may actively slow down. They may actually actively slow down for you to understand online. But like if they think you are one of a kind, like you also a native speaker and they speak to you, they speak super fast, and I struggled a little bit in my first year of university. So that was my second year in the UK. I talked to native like British students, and I couldn't understand 40% of it in the let's say first 6 months and first year in overall. So it took me 2 years in total to actually start to understand fully what they were saying, and that literally I listened to them every day. And then it's my turn as well, my turn to make sure my pronunciation and everything that I say they can understand too.
Kiểu người ta approach mình như là bạn luôn á, rồi xong người ta nói kiểu cái kiểu Adele á, ca sĩ á cô, xong rồi nói dèo em chả hiểu. Em giờ em muốn nói kiểu mà kiểu như tự nhiên như người ta vậy á, kiểu như mấy bạn mà học trường quốc tế từ nhỏ vậy á, mà thấy nó khó quá.
Don't worry, Colin, and I don't know why that bugged you, but you're doing well. You sound good. You sound clear. Sometimes you have this like random pauses and you pace your sentences out not in the right way, like not right chunking. It's just that. Other than that, I think it's good and you're on the right track. So
kiểu em muốn tiếp cận gọi là flow theo cái văn hóa người ta luôn, nó nhanh dịu chứ không phải là cứ học kiểu máy móc quá à. Nó không có kiểu tự nhiên như người bản xứ.
I wouldn't say this is too systematic. I think it's fine. It's not like because I'm teaching IELTS, I'm more biased. I'm actually teaching like CFR, PTE, TOEIC, and all other tests. But I would say IELTS is quite good. Like, it's the least problematic one, and it tests you well. I would say the way it's designed. So, but for you, if you want to learn to speak fast, then go for it. I mean, yeah, if that's what you aim for. But be careful, because as long as you speak fast, there may be a trade-off that other cannot understand you.
Yeah, I want to trade off like when I approach, or maybe when a native speaker in British, they approach me, I would just flow with that. They wouldn't need to slow down for me.
Ah.
But when I meet a Vietnamese person, I would slow down, actually slow down for them. You know, that would be cool.
All right. All right. I don't know why you have that obsession. That sounds so strange. But if
Yeah,
that one of your language goals, then keep trying. Yeah.
yeah. That's the reason why I always like on that live stream. I want to replicate your British tone, and then I want like everything about you is so cool.
Okay. I'm flattered and flabbergasted at the same time. But yeah, if you find it useful, yeah, you can watch more of my longer videos as well, actually, and try to mimic if you want to. But honestly, Colin, you good as you are, like even at the moment. So do not feel too bad about it. And if you want to try to learn more, either pronunciation or improve your speed, then yeah, keep going. All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Colin. All right. Ling Min asked a question about speaker IELTS. So the speaker on the IELTS listening, they're all British speakers. On the Cambridge book, sometimes, very rarely, I hear Australian accent. Never do I hear like American accent or anything. In the real test so far, I heard only British accent. Yes. But it's more like the southern, very clear, I'd say most of the time, very clear pronunciation. Sometimes certain words got a bit strange, like strange as in like a bit difficult to understand. But for the most part, I think it's quite easy to understand. Speaking test, yes. So if you ask about, I mean, if you ask about like speaking test for like examiners, yes, there are. I believe there's one Vietnamese examiner in British Council. I think she's still there, and there are a few Indian examiners and also a few Scottish examiners. So Scottish technically, well, Scotland is still inside the UK, but they have stronger accent, a bit deeper, so maybe some people find it difficult to understand. But most Scottish examiners, like my students have encountered, they're very nice. They will repeat the question for you, they will explain it for you as usual, and they will not mark you down. So, yeah. Speaking test, yes, like I say, just answered for you, yeah? All right. So next is Phương. Hello, Phương.
Hello, miss. Oh, I have been waiting for so long.
Yeah.
How
How
you
are
doing?
you?
I'm good, thank you. How you doing?
I'm still sick, so actually today we're gonna finish at 1 p.m. exactly, so we may only do speaking. We'll see. All right. So you're doing well as well, Miss Phương, yeah?
Yes, I do, but it's raining heavily here, so do you hear me clearly?
Yeah. I hear you crystally clear. I hear no background noise. Yeah.
Okay.
Great microphone that you have. Okay, so let's do part 3. Can people improve their memory and how?
Wow, it's a really tough question to me, but I do think that we can improve our memory in many ways. Reading is one of the way to improve memories, because when we read or when we spend lots of time reading, the information or also the words just come into our brain naturally, and it also help our brain become active. And that is the way also we do some kind of art, like drawing or singing, because any kinds of things can help our brain work, and as long as our brain works, our memory will be improved. So I truly believe that we can improve our memories even when we are getting older and older.
Good. So, I think it's a clear answer. Well, it's very logical. Talk about any activities and you talk about your logic is that as long as our brain works, then our memory will be improved. Yes. Yeah, that's a good argument. Maybe give some examples of like elderlies that you know who been doing this kind of activities and show some improvement in their memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you say this again, drawing.
Or drawing.
Good. I give you like a phrase like keep our brain stimulated. Yeah.
Stimulated?
Stimulated. I send it on
Stimulated.
the
Yeah,
comment section.
stimulated.
Yes.
Yes.
Stimulated. So it's like it working.
Yes, I know that.
All right. Well done, Miss Phương. Any question?
No, but I just let you know that I listen to a lot of podcasts and mostly in American accent. But now you know I am quite obsessed with your British accent, and I started watching British movie. And whenever I watch movie, I just remember your voice. You know, it's so beautiful. And sometimes I just imitate your British accent unconsciously. You just open your mouth and I just say some words in your accent. It's so lovely. I love it.
Right, nice for you. If you want to, you can watch some show like Bridgerton and Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey is really good, but it's quite depressing. If there are like 5 or 7 seasons, I think I stopped at like season 4, like the end of season 4, because it's so sad. But like the first 3 season is still colorful. Yeah, Downton Abbey, and
I
they
think I'm too old to change my accent, but I love it. I love your accent so much.
Thank you, I'm flattered. And this is a good show, so if you want to, you can watch it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, so next we have Miss Thắm. Hello, hello. Hello, Miss Thắm, are you there? Miss Thắm, hello, hello. Oh, you cannot turn it on? That's strange. I just send you a request to turn it on, see if you can see me. Yeah?
Yes, hello, teacher. Yes.
All right. So that's nice. Miss Thắm, you want a part 1, don't you? Let's give you a part 1. Let's do art. Do you like visiting art galleries? Oh, is it? I just sent another request. You can turn it back on. Yeah, I cannot hear her as well. Cô mới gửi cái request lại á. Alright. Okay. Miss Thắm, I suggest you to leave the live and then come back. Okay, leave for like 2-3 seconds and then come back. Okay, good. And then Brandon will start before you. Okay. Hello, Brandon.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you.
Great.
I actually do not want to talk today, so I actually have just only one question.
Yes.
So, yeah. Oh my gosh, what the hell?
Go for it, Brandon.
Yes. I mean, like, because I've heard about Vietnamese accent, and of course, I don't know what that is, but I hate it. But I don't know what. What? But I
Is your
mean, like,
friend trying to ask something?
I mean, like, do you think I have it?
No, don't worry. You keep asking that question last time as well. No, you don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, like, do you know how that sounds?
How that sound? Let me see. Sorry, Lucky ơi, cô đang không accept các bạn mới vô nha. Brandon đợi cô xíu nhé. Ok, cô accept bạn Thắm thôi, tại bạn Thắm nãy là đang vô mà ra để chỉnh lại mic thôi. Alright, so Brandon, hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so yeah, you kind of asked the same question last time. Where were we? Did you ask something?
Like, I'm worried about that. Like, I've asked a lot of people and they tell me they don't think so. But I do think so. Like, I do think I have it when I record myself. I did record myself yesterday and I listened to it. I feel like it's better. I think it's getting better. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy for it. And the reason why I decided to use this account to join, because I don't know why the other Brandon account, when I join you, like, it's black and I could, like, it gets to the point that I could not turn on my mic. The first one I joined, I could not see the screen, like the black on the screen. I could not see anything, but I still could hear you. I could not see the question or whatever, like, you showed on the screen. But like the last one I joined, because actually I did join you like hours ago, right? And I left because I could not turn on my mic, and I don't know why. Like, what is wrong with that account?
I don't know either. But anyways, yeah, if that's the case, next time you can join this account, any account is fine. Another thing is, Brandon, when you question about Vietnamese accent, exactly, it's not embarrassing like being stated, but if your goal is to have a more like American accent and you try to work on it, I think, like I said, you're on the right path. And if you worry that you have a Vietnamese accent, I don't think so. And what does Vietnamese accent sound like? All of our students here, like the one who joining this speaking session, I think they all have like good pronunciation. So none of them have like any obvious Vietnamese accent. So we don't have like a clear example for you. But you can watch like a video a long time ago about a lady. She actually doing like an impression. She's not Vietnamese. She's saying something like Crystal Jail or Crystal Nail, something like that. That one is very
Yeah,
clear
I
Vietnamese
I've
accent.
crossed through the video and that girl says something like, I just got my nails done, and I don't know what, like, people just keep calling that his Vietnamese accent, and I don't know why people keep calling it that way, because I feel it's really normal. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, why do people call, excuse me, why do people call that Vietnamese accent? And I don't know why, like,
Well, you will get it one day, because being able to listen to different accents is another thing other than your English ability. So like I say, don't worry too much about it, and you're doing good. So yeah. Yeah, it sounds like Thai. I agree. Miss Ling Min. Even like Thai, when I hear it on the street, like back in the UK, sometimes I was like, "Oh, are they speaking Vietnamese?" I'm like, "No, they're speaking Thai, do they?" Because like I don't understand, so they must be speaking Thai. Yes, actually, Thai and Vietnamese sound very similar. Yeah, but
yeah,
anyways, hopefully I give you the reassurance that you needed. So don't worry. Yeah.
yeah. But like, can I what you want more? Like, make
Mm-hmm.
it one more. So like you mentioned, when people, especially native speakers, when they speak with like their people, so they tend to speak like in their natural way, and they do not want to slow down, whatever that is. So like, I'm afraid that I could not understand them when I speak with them, even like, because I have a future moving to other countries. So like, I'm worried about that. I'm really concerned.
Brandon, it's okay. If you don't understand it from day one, you have other days to understand them. And maybe they speak with a clear accent that you can get straight away, but maybe some of them have, especially the elderlies, they have like stronger, like more like throat sound, that kind of accent. Then of course it's gonna take time. Don't worry, and it's the beauty of learning language. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. All right. Well done, Brandon. So next we have Thắm, last but not
Yes,
least.
sure. Have a good day.
You too. Bye for now, Brandon.
Hello, teacher. Now I can turn on my mic. microphone.
Good. Okay. So, Thắm, let's do question number 8. Long one for you. Yeah. Some people say that people... Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Some people say that people don't learn organizational skills. They are born with them. Do you agree?
Let me think about this question. In my opinion, I don't agree with this idea because I think organizational skills which we must learn when we grow up. We go to work with college and we study about this skill together. So I think it's not they are born with these skills.
Okay. All right. Can you say this again? Skills.
Skills.
These skills.
These skills.
Good. Yes. This is not your cup of tea, is it? Because you try to think of the answer, you try to drag it, and you cannot develop it fully. Yeah. So you don't agree. That's good. You say you learn it when you grow up, especially when you start to work, right? You learn it with your colleagues. Yes. Okay, so talk more about it. Like, actually, not just from the day you started working, from I think you learn it from school as well. You will need to prepare all the school supplies, all the correct notebooks for the next day, right? And also complete your homework on time. Yeah, that's also organizational skills in a sense, more time management, but still. And then talk about that skills will even like get sharpened when you enter the job market. Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
And
I
again,
asked you prepare for school line. You mean school line?
yes, school life is fine, or you say school supplies, like you prepare all the school supplies, like the pen, the fountain pen, yeah, bút mực á, the fountain pen, and also the all the thing, right? Like all the notebooks for the next day, which subjects you're gonna study, yeah.
Yes.
And then when you work, how you develop the skills throughout different projects, throughout different tasks, and when you work in different teams. Yeah, clear?
Yes, I know that. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. All right, so that's how you're going to develop your answer. Okay, Miss Thắm? Okay, so well done, Miss Thắm. Right, so stick around for listening. Yeah. Bạn freelancer Mori có hỏi về là joy thế nào thì mai mình join nha. Giờ mình sẽ chuyển sang phần listening. Cô sẽ cho các bạn làm câu 21 đến 25 phần listening này nhé. Rồi, tham gia nói thì buổi sau, buổi ngày mai mình lên 11:30. Yeah, thì đảm bảo có slot nha. Cả bạn English guy nữa. Thank you very much for your compliment. Huang Ngo, the core of language is communications. Exactly. Yes, I think so. I totally agree with that. No matter what accent you have, as long as it does not impede communication, then yeah, it's beautiful. Yes, Sao Lai Thái, yes. Okay, let's see. Bằng bằng hả? Có nhiều người ta nói tiếng Việt mình á, khi mà người ta nghe tiếng Việt nhá, chứ không phải nghe tiếng Anh mình nói, mà nghe tiếng Việt mình nói á, nó cứ bị chop thì cái đấy cũng hợp lý, tại vì là mỗi một từ của mình là một syllable, là một âm tiết, thế nên là khi người ta nghe lại, người ta sẽ nghe thấy kiểu nó bị cắt thì yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Ok, còn tiếng Việt bằng thì cô thấy tiếng Việt cũng có lên xuống và linh minh. Yeah. School supplies nha em. dụng cụ học tập cho trên trường ạ. Yes, still Cambridge 14. Yes, exactly, Vince. Okay. Okay, that's fine, Thu. Yes, lovely. Let's do this. Okie dokie. What does Trevor? We're gonna listen. Oh, this one is difficult. These 5 questions are very difficult, I remember. Yeah. So, I love TikTok. Yes, exactly. British accent, nói bằng. Có thể người ta nói cũng lên xuống mà. Yeah. Yes, of course. What you mean, Quý? Ở đây là ai cũng lên nói được hết nha. Bởi sau cứ request lên, tự tin lên, không có gì, không có ý, không có từ, cô sẽ giúp cho. Yes, lovely. Let's see. So 21 to 25, yes? Let's find the keywords together. Mọi người nhắn cho cô keywords ở trên comment đi. Với cả có từ gì mà mình không biết thì cũng nói nữa. Yes. Rồi, cô cũng thấy Khoa rồi. Cô thấy Khoa từ nãy đến giờ mà. Yeah. Right, 21. What does Trevor find interesting about the purpose of children's literature? Rồi, Trevor thấy có gì thú vị về cái purpose, mục đích của văn học cho trẻ con. Alright. Các bạn follow kênh cô nha. Follow với thả tim live nha. Follow kênh cô để mình tẹo nữa cái comment sẽ không bị ẩn. Alright. So, A. Authors may not realize what values they are teaching. Rồi, cái người tác giả có thể là không nhận ra những cái giá trị mà người ta đang dạy. Alright, dạy ở trong cái văn học cho trẻ con. Okay, Sky Blue, thank you. Thôi đi Khoa. B. The fact that literature can be entertaining and educational at the same time. Rồi, literature, văn học có thể giải trí và mang tính giáo dục cùng một lúc. Yeah. C. The fact that adults expect children to imitate characters in literature. Người lớn thì expect, hy vọng rằng là trẻ em sẽ imitate. Imitate là gì các bạn ơi? Comment cho cô. Characters in literature. Comment cho cô imitate là gì nhé? Imitate những cái nhân vật ở trong văn học này. Rồi, bắt chước, đúng rồi, tốt lắm các bạn, siêu lắm. Bắt chước những cái nhân vật trong truyện, trong cái văn học. Right. Next. Trevor says the module about the purpose of children's literature made him. Rồi, module, bữa giờ đi học lại cái từ module này rồi. Là gì? Module trong cái phần này là gì? Comment cho cô. Đúng rồi các bạn, comment imitate đúng hết rồi. Module là gì các bạn? About the purpose, mục đích của văn học trẻ con, làm cho anh ấy cảm thấy thế nào? Anh ấy cảm thấy thế nào? Phần học, môn học, đúng rồi. Phần học, yes, trên trường đại học á. Yeah. Module, học phần, yes. Good. A. Analyze some of the stories that his niece reads. Rồi, làm cho anh ấy cảm thấy thế nào hay làm cho anh ấy làm sao? Phân tích những cái câu chuyện mà cháu của anh ấy đọc. Okay. Wonder how far popularity reflects good quality. Đến mức độ nào thì cái sự phổ biến nó sẽ reflect, nó sẽ thể hiện cái chất lượng tốt. C. Decide to start writing some children's story. Anh tự viết luôn. Okay, start writing. 23. Stephanie is interested in the pictures module because. Rồi nãy hồi là anh Trevor nha. Bây giờ đến lượt cô Stephanie nha. Thích cái pictures. Tại sao? Tại sao này? She intends to become an illustrator. Illustrator là gì? Comment cho cô. Tiện thể illustration là gì luôn nha. Hai từ này luôn. Comment cho cô nghĩa là gì? She can remember beautiful illustrations from her childhood. Cô ấy có thể nhớ được những cái gì đẹp từ hồi ấu thơ. Yes. Illustrator là gì? Đúng rồi, đồ họa viên, chính xác. Illustrate là mình sẽ vẽ, minh họa. Ok. Ngoài cái việc minh họa, mà mình hay sử dụng ở trong IELTS Task 1 ta thì illustrate còn có nghĩa là vẽ minh họa. Ok. Rồi tiếp tới mình có gì? Become an illustrator, tức nghĩa là yes, đồ họa viên, cái người mà sẽ vẽ minh họa. Yes. Rồi illustrations là cái tranh minh họa mà người ta vẽ. Yes, đúng rồi, tốt lắm các bạn. Linh Min, Banana với Vince. Rồi B sẽ là she can remember, cô vẫn còn nhớ những cái tranh minh họa rất là đẹp từ hồi ấu thơ. C, she believes illustrations are more important than words. Cô ấy nghĩ rằng tranh minh họa thì quan trọng hơn là chữ. Tẹo nữa nghe xem là người ta có nói vậy không. Nếu người ta nói quan trọng bằng nhau thì cũng không phải là quan trọng hơn. Tẹo nữa nghe nhé. Trevor and Stephanie, hai nhỏ luôn. 24 để ý là cả hai nhỏ, T and S luôn. Trevor and Stephanie agree, lại còn là đồng ý nữa. Nếu như một đứa nói thôi thì sẽ không phải là đồng ý ha, phải là agree nhé. Comics làm sao? Inferior to books. Rồi, từ này hay này, inferior là gì các bạn? Comment cho cô. Trevor là con trai, đúng rồi. Yes, ai chơi Vice City hay là GTA á? Yes, Trevor là tên con trai, Stephanie là tên thường là con gái. Còn Stephen thì là tên con trai. Stephen là con trai, còn Stephanie là con gái. Alright. Rồi. Hơn, inferior là gì? Là cái gì? So sánh đấy, nhưng mà là cái gì? Dịch rõ cho cô inferior là gì? Comment giúp cô nhé. Have the potential for being useful. Có cái potential, yeah, có cái khả năng để mà trở nên useful. Yes. Không bằng, không phải cao cấp hơn nhé. Inferior là không bằng, chính xác. Yes, bị thấp cấp hơn, bị kém hơn so với cái gì đấy. Comics are inferior to books, là kiểu không bằng, kém hơn so với cả sách. Alright. Yes. Thấp kém hơn, đúng rồi. Yes. C. Discourage children from using their imagination. Không khuyến khích, discourage trẻ em, không khuyến khích trẻ em sử dụng trí tưởng tượng của mấy nhỏ. Ok, chính xác. Superior mới là giỏi hơn, cao cấp hơn, tốt hơn. Còn inferior là kém hơn, thấp kém hơn. Yes, không bằng. 25. With regard to books aimed at only boys or only girls. Sách mà chỉ có tập trung vào mỗi bé trai hoặc bé gái. Rồi Trevor nó cảm thấy gì? Surprised, nó cảm thấy ngạc nhiên nha. Chứ cái gì mà nó không ngạc nhiên là đừng khoanh vào nha. Alright. Rồi còn cái trên này là agree ha. A. How long the distinction had gone unquestioned. Distinction ở đây có nghĩa là gì? Trong cái văn cảnh là gì? Người ta nói luôn only boys, only girls đó. Thì distinction các bạn giải thích rõ cho cô nhé. The distinction had gone unquestioned. Cái distinction này không được hỏi tới, không ai hỏi tới. Chính xác, distinction là sự khác biệt, sự phân biệt, sự khác biệt. Thế thì cái sự phân biệt giữa sách dành cho bé trai và sách dành cho bé gái, nó how long the distinction, cái sự phân biệt đấy, nó had gone, nó đã đi qua mà không ai hỏi tới gì hết, không ai thấy thắc mắc gì hết. Yes. B. How few books were aimed at both girls and boys. Rất ít sách mà nó tập trung vào cả hai bé, cả hai giới tính của các bé. C. How many children enjoyed books intended for the opposite sex. Rồi, bao nhiêu trẻ em thích cái quyển sách mà lẽ ra là dành cho cái giới tính còn lại. Ví dụ như con gái thì người ta nghĩ là thêu thùa may vá, thích đọc truyện công chúa, nhưng nhiều đứa lại thích đọc truyện shonen chẳng hạn, thích đọc truyện uýnh nhau chẳng hạn. Yes. Ok. Rồi còn ví dụ như mấy bạn trai thì thường nghĩ là sẽ thích đọc truyện uýnh nhau, nhưng mà sẽ không thích đọc truyện về công chúa hoàng tử gì đấy, tình cảm rồi sướt mướt rồi Barbie kiểu thế. Thế nhưng mà nó lại ngược lại. Đó, cái câu C ý nó là vậy. How many children enjoyed books intended? Intended là để cho ha, là hướng tới, là dành cho, intended cho cái opposite sex. Alright. Rồi. Clear? Any questions? Rồi, các bạn cùng cô giải quyết mấy từ vựng ok đó. Bây giờ cô sẽ mở cái file nghe luôn nha. Tốt.
I'd like to find out more.
Nay mình chỉ làm 21 đến 25 thôi nên là cố gắng tập trung nha.
21 to 25.
Bắt đầu luôn.
Hello, Trevor.
Hello, Stephanie. You said you wanted to talk about the course I'm taking on literature for children.
That's right. I'm thinking of doing it next year, but I'd like to find out more about it first.
OK, well, as you probably know, it's a one-year course. It's divided into 6 modules, and you have to take all of them. One of the most interesting ones, for me at least, was about the purpose of children's literature.
You mean whether it should just entertain children or should be educational as well?
Right, and whether the teaching should be factual, giving them information about the world, or ethical, teaching them values. What's fascinating is that the writer isn't necessarily conscious of the message they're conveying. For instance, a story might show a child who has a problem as a result of not doing what an adult has told them to do, implying that children should always obey adults.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That module made me realise how important stories are. They can have a significant effect on children as they grow up. Actually, it inspired me to have a go at it myself, just for my own interest. I know I can't compete with the really popular stories, like the Harry Potter books. They're very good. And even young kids like my 7-year-old niece love reading them.
I'm very interested in illustrations in stories. Is that covered in the course?
Yes, there's a module on pictures and how they're sometimes central to the story.
That's good. I remember some frightening ones I saw as a child, and I can still see them vividly in my mind years later. Pictures can be so powerful, just as powerful as words. I've always enjoyed drawing, so that's the field I want to go into when I finish the course. I bet that module will be really helpful.
I'm sure it will. We also studied comics in that module, but I'm not convinced of their value, not compared with books. One of the great things about words is that you use your imagination, but with a comic you don't have to.
But children are so used to visual input on TV, video games and so on. There are plenty of kids who wouldn't even try to read a book, so I think comics can serve a really useful purpose.
You mean it's better to read a comic than not to read at all? Yes, I suppose you're right. I just think it's sad when children don't read books.
What about books for girls and books for boys? Does the course go into that?
Yes, there's a module on it. For years, lots of stories, in English at least, assumed that boys went out and did adventurous things, and girls stayed at home and played with dolls. I was amazed how many books were targeted at just one sex or the other. Of course, this reflects society as it is when the books are written.
That's true. So it sounds as though you think it's a good course.
Definitely.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30.
Okay. All right. So, send me all of your answer.
Course, it's... You said you wanted to...
Now the 25.
Okay. Right. Yes, Mia, you can send it like that. Or everyone else, you can send me the number of the question as well, not just your answer, because it may be confusing. All right, so this is not easy, is it? Mia, yes, good. Vince, oh, good. Hoa, good. Yes, and Thắm, 21 is wrong. 22 you missed. Yes, Linh Min 23 is wrong. Linh Min. Okay. Anyone else? Bài này các bạn chưa nghe được hay đang đánh? Banana, yes. Các bạn nào không đánh được thì cứ viết liền hết tất cả vào với nhau là được. Hoặc là viết dấu phẩy á. Yes. Banana 21, 22. 22 đúng này. 23 sai. 21 cũng sai. 24 đúng được 2 câu nha Banana. Cũng ngửi mặt khóc luôn hả? Alright. Everyone else? Hello. Các bạn khác thì sao? Bài này khó quá hả? Nghe lại nhá. Nghe lại cho 21 này. Xong rồi đánh ra từng chữ một ông nói nhé. Bài cũng không dễ. Alright. So let's see. Gạch đỏ cả đề. Nhưng mà Vinh à, lúc mà đi thi á, Vince, thì mình sẽ không được gạch nhiều như vậy đâu. Tại mình sẽ không gạch kịp. Right. Rồi nghe lại câu 1 này. Câu 1, 21 người ta nói xong người ta nói 22 luôn á.
Hello, Trevor.
Hello, Stephanie. You said you wanted to talk about the course I'm taking on literature for children.
That's right. I'm thinking of doing it next year, but I'd like to find out more about it first.
Okay, well, as you probably know, it's a one-year course. It's divided into 6 modules, and you have to take all of them. One of the most interesting ones, for me at least, was about the purpose of children's literature.
You mean whether it should just entertain children or should be educational as well?
Right, and whether the teaching should be factual, giving them information about the world, or ethical, teaching
Factual, ethical. Yes, cái này là đang gần với cả đáp án B á. Factual, ethical. Nhưng mà không hề nói gì đến entertaining hết. Factual và ethical thì ethical vẫn đang liên quan đến educational thôi, giáo dục thôi. Chưa có nói gì đến entertaining hết. Tiếp.
them values.
Values.
What's fascinating is that the writer isn't necessarily conscious of the message they're conveying.
What's fascinating là cái mà interesting ổng đó. What's fascinating is that cái gì? Viết cho cô. Với cả cái đấy cũng không phải là đáp án đúng nữa. Nó không có nói cái đấy thì nó cũng không thể at the same time được Thắm ạ. Rồi cái câu tiếp theo là câu key answer này. Yes, what fascinating is that writer isn't necessarily conscious of their message. Yeah, hoặc là aren't necessarily. Writers aren't necessarily conscious of. Trời ơi, không có chỗ viết. Ha ha ha. Ok. Rồi, để lên đây đi. Of their message. Rồi, các bạn rõ không? Their message. Alright, các bạn muốn nhớ thả tim với cả follow kênh cô. Rồi muốn học thì nhấn vào đây hoặc nhấn vào nick TikTok của cô nhé. Right, rồi. Writer not necessarily conscious of the message they are conveying. Yes, tương tự đại loại thế. Yeah, the message they are conveying. Thế thì chỉ có một đáp án thôi. Bài này nói rất là rõ. Conveying. Rõ luôn là gì? Câu 21 dễ hơn. Câu 23 khó nhất. Ây, đúng rồi, Tấn Thắng đã xuất hiện. Thank you em. Ok. Rồi, tốt lắm. Các bạn hãy viết các câu dài. Linh Min, Vince. Yes, Mia. Ok. Rồi, rõ ha. Tiếp nhé. 22.
For instance, a story might show a child who has a problem as a result of not doing what an adult has told them to do, implying that children should always obey adults.
Oh, I see what you mean.
That module made me realize how important stories are. They can have a significant effect on children as they grow up.
How important stories are can have a significant impact when they grow up. Significant impact when they grow up. Thì cứ nốt lại thôi. Thói quen thì cứ nốt lại. Chứ cái này chưa có liên quan gì đến nhiều. Nghe tiếp.
Actually, it inspired me to have a go at it myself, just for...
Actually, đấy là câu trả lời của 22 đấy. Actually, it inspired me to làm gì? Viết cho cô nào. Hello. It inspires me to have a go at it myself. Exactly. Đúng rồi, tốt lắm các bạn. A go at it myself. Đang nói là các cái giá trị của những cái văn học cho trẻ em này nó rất là quan trọng, important, significant impact, ảnh hưởng lớn đến trẻ em khi mà các bé lớn lên, when they grow up. Yes. Thế thì sau đấy ông nói câu này, đáp án 22 là gì? Rõ ràng luôn. Yes. Đúng rồi, Linh Min tấn thắng. C. Have a go at it myself. Yeah. Have a go at something. Yes. Là cụm từ làm cái gì đó, thử một cái gì đó. Have a go at something. Alright. Rồi tiếp 23. Cô vừa giải thích xong á, Thắm. Yes. Quyết định làm gì đó, bắt đầu làm một cái gì đó. Yes. Rồi tiếp nha, 23 này. Thử làm một cái gì đó. Yes, bởi chính ổng, đúng rồi, myself. Rồi tiếp này, 23 này, nghe người ta nói cả ABC đấy. Nốt lại những cái từ người ta nói nhé.
My own interest. I know I can't compete with the really popular stories, like the Harry Potter books. They're very good. And even young kids like my 7-year-old niece love reading them.
I'm very interested in
Này ông chỉ nói là couldn't compete with like other authors, kiểu những cái người mà well established authors. Nên kiểu là chuyện Harry Potter thì even my niece cũng đọc. Yes. Chứ không có nói là ông phân tích, mà chỉ có nói là niece của ông có đọc cái chuyện Harry Potter và những chuyện rất là nổi. Ông sẽ không compete được. Dĩ nhiên rồi, ông này nghe kiểu như là lecturer á. Ông viết chuyện cho vui thôi thì làm sao mà ông compete với những người mà viết chuyện để kiếm sống được. Trời trời. 23 nha. 23 giờ nghe 3 cái đáp án ABC luôn này.
illustrations in stories. Is that covered in the course?
Yes, there's a module on pictures and how they're sometimes central to the story.
That's good. I remember some frightening ones I saw as a child.
I remember some ones I saw as a child. Đang nói về illustrations. Câu trước ông đang nói về illustration. Cô này cô nói là đúng rồi, tốt lắm. Some frightening ones. Thế thì nó có đẹp không? Frightening ones I saw as a child. Có đẹp không? Không, đúng rồi. Nó bẫy mình đó, mình nghe được hết thông tin nhưng mà mình nghe không rõ chữ frightening là xong. Rồi, đúng rồi. Ám ảnh luôn chứ không phải là nhớ kiểu đẹp quá nâng niu trong ký ức. Nghe tiếp.
And I can still see them vividly in my mind years later.
I can still see them vividly in my mind years later. Vẫn còn có thể nhìn được vividly, rõ ràng trong đầu. Tiếp.
Pictures can be so powerful, just as powerful as words.
Đúng rồi. See, đúng rồi đó. Pictures can be so powerful. Pictures. Đúng rồi đó, Vince. Can be so powerful. Người ta nói cái gì? Với word so sánh như thế nào? Đúng rồi, tốt lắm Vince. As powerful as words. Ý là không phải predict mà ý là cẩn thận thôi. Tại nhìn những cái đấy thì nó có thể là như thế hoặc nó có thể là bẫy. Làm IELTS quen dần thì mình sẽ biết được những cái như vậy. Now, more important, những cái so sánh hơn này phải cẩn thận. Yes. Được không? As powerful as what là so sánh bằng hay so sánh hơn? Hà Thắng. Bằng, đúng rồi, Linh Min. Yes. Là picture bằng với words. Thế thì làm sao nó hơn được? 1 bằng 1 thì làm sao mình nói 1 hơn 1 được? Đúng không? Loại C. Đúng rồi, Vince. Tốt lắm. Rồi câu A này. Nghe để chốt. Bây giờ mình gạch B gạch C là mình biết là A rồi đấy. Nhưng mà mình nghe để chốt này.
I've always enjoyed drawing, so that's the field I want to go into when I finish the course.
I always enjoy. Paraphrase này hơi xa đấy. Nhưng mà dĩ nhiên rồi. I always enjoy cái gì? So that gì? That gì? Enjoy gì? Yes, so that the field I want to go into. Đúng rồi, the field. Tốt lắm, thank you. I want to go into. Enjoy gì các bạn? I always enjoy gì? Enjoy gì? Cái đấy là keyword đấy. Để chọn được với các keyword ở trong kia. Đúng rồi, cảm ơn bạn Vince và Thắng. Yes, drawing. Lúc nào cũng thích vẽ. Vẽ ở đây là danh động từ, chứ không phải là bức tranh. Không phải danh từ bức tranh. Right. Okay. Rồi, I always enjoy drawing. Alright. That's the field I want to go into. Thế thì nó chỉ có thể là cái cuối cùng thôi. Yeah. Rồi, cái chỗ này hơi khó nhìn, mong là các bạn vẫn nhìn được nha. Rồi, intend to become an illustrator. Yeah. Rồi, đáp án. A. 24. Agrees. Hai người này, hai người chứ không có S, hai người luôn. Trevor and Stephanie agree. Yeah, đồng ý nha. Rồi, A. Đúng rồi. Sẽ xong sớm hơn. Cô cũng tưởng thế. Yes. Chỗ cô hả? Chưa mưa. Chỗ em đang mưa hả Thắng? Tiếp là 24 này, hai người agree này. Một người sẽ nói ý này, nhưng mà nghe xem người còn lại có đồng ý hay không. Người còn lại không đồng ý thì vẫn chưa chọn được.
I bet that module will be really helpful.
I'm sure it will. We also studied comics in that module, but I'm not convinced of their value, not compared with books. One of the great...
I'm not convinced of that value compared with book, là Trevor nói. Chị gái kiểu nghe không? Chị kiểu không đồng ý mà cũng không phải là yes, disagree. Tại ông này chắc là thầy. Yeah. Anyways, hơi overthinking nhưng mà chị này chưa nói gì hết. Ok, đừng bỏ vội cứ để đấy, chị này chưa nói. Nhỡ tẹo nó chị quay xe chị đồng ý thì sao? Nên cái gì mình phải bình tĩnh thôi. Tiếp nhé. Yeah, it's raining cats and dogs. Ok, Thắng. Vậy nắng to hả? Chỗ cô đang ỉu. Yeah.
Things about words is that you use your imagination, but with a comic you don't have to.
Think about words, you need to use your imagination, but with comic you don't have to. Rồi, ông đang nói về ý C. Nghe xem chị gái này đồng ý không đã.
But children are so used to visual input.
Chữ đầu tiên này, but là chữ đầu tiên. Sau đấy, so used to visual inputs.
On TV, video games and so on.
Tức nghĩa là trẻ con đã rất là quen used to visual inputs rồi. Trong TV, video games. Alright. Rồi. Used to visual input. Alright. Tiếp nha.
There are plenty of kids who wouldn't even try to read a book, so
There are plenty of kids who don't even try to read a book. Rất nhiều trẻ em còn không cố gắng đọc sách.
I think comics can serve a really useful purpose.
So I think comic can serve a really useful purpose. Đây là những gì chị Stephanie nói. Nghe xem ông chú có đồng ý không?
You mean it's better to read a comic than not to read at all?
You mean it's better to read a comics than not to read at all? Better to read a comic than not to read at all. Thà là đọc truyện tranh còn hơn là không đọc cái gì hết cả. Yeah, ông chú nói vậy. Rồi, tiếp. Comics can serve a really useful purpose. Đúng rồi, Vince. Rồi, tiếp nha.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Rồi, ông chú nói đúng một câu đấy thôi. Ông Trevor nói yes đi. Comment cho cô. Trevor nói gì? Yes. Đúng rồi, I suppose you are right. Rồi, thế nên phải nghe xem mỗi người đều nói ý của mình, rồi ai sẽ là người chịu lùi bước và đồng ý với người còn lại. Ông thầy thôi. Alright, B. Yes, I suppose you are right. Good. Have the potential for being useful. 25. Alright. Rồi. 25 nha. 25. 25.
I just think it's sad when children don't read books.
What about books for girls and books for boys? Does the course go into that?
Yes, there's a module on it, For years, lots of stories, in English at least, assumed that boys went out and did adventurous things and girls stayed at home and played with dolls. I was amazed how many books were targeted at just one sex or the other.
Ông nói gì? I was amazed. Chính là surprised đó. I was amazed at how were targeted at or đúng rồi, how many books, điền vào chỗ chấm giúp cô đi, hoặc là viết full cả câu càng tốt, mà nãy giờ không thấy banana đâu. Yes, Khoa thì mới quay lại sau khi mưa bão. Yes, hello. Or targeted at gì? At gì các bạn? Ủa? Không nghe được hả? Đúng rồi, the other. Đúng, nhưng mà phải nghe cái đầu tiên trước. Đây lại.
A really useful purpose.
You mean it...
Books for boys. Does the course go into that?
Yes, there's a module on it. For years, lots of stories, in English at least, assumed that boys went out and did adventurous things and girls stayed at home and played with dolls. I was amazed how many books were targeted at just one sex or the other. Of course, this reflects...
Just one, đúng rồi. Cảm ơn bạn Linh Min, hiểu rồi. Just, cảm ơn em. One, một cái giới tính hay là cái còn lại. Yes. Cái từ này có hiểu là giới tính nha. I was amazed at how many books targeted at just one. Một cái giới tính hơn là cái còn lại. Rồi. Cái câu này sẽ là cái câu quyết định. Tiếp.
Society as it is when the books are written.
That's true. So, it sounds as though you think it's a good course.
Definitely.
Nói hết rồi đó. Chọn đi các bạn. Câu này đó. Câu này ạ. Đó, chỉ cần nghe được câu này thôi là sẽ luận ra được A, B hoặc C. Nghe lại hả? Rồi, cái câu này có vẻ như giống câu A hoặc B này. Không hề nói đến cái việc mà trẻ em sẽ thích cái sách dành cho bé còn lại, bé giới tính còn lại. Nó sẽ giống A hoặc B. Nhưng mà mình cũng không nghe được how long. Cái distinction, ông không complain hay ông không surprise về cái how long, cái distinction. Mà ông surprise về how many books. Yes. Đấy, chỉ có B phù hợp thôi, đúng rồi đấy các bạn. Yeah. Rồi, đó. Hiểu chưa? Nhé. How long thì không có long. Ông không surprise về cái điều đấy. Ông có nói là từ cái thời đấy. Thì đó là thời của người ta. Thế nhưng mà I'm amazed how many books. Yes. Rồi. Được. Nghe lại 25 nhé. Nghe lại tí này.
I just think it's sad when children don't read...
Girls and books for boys. Does the course go into that?
Yes, there's a module on it. For years, lots of stories, in English at least, assumed that boys went out and did adventurous things and girls stayed at home and played with dolls.
Đấy là stories, assume, chứ không nói về trẻ con nó thích đọc như vậy. Đọc ngược lại, không phải C, chính xác. Rồi, tiếp.
I was amazed how many books were targeted at just one sex or the other. Of course, this reflects society as it is when the books are written.
That's true.
Of course, it reflects society as it is when the book was written. Tức nghĩa là ông hiểu là yeah, of course, cái thời đại nó như vậy thì ông cũng đâu có thắc mắc gì về how long đâu. Yes. Và cái câu key này nó chỉ có thể luận ra được là B thôi. Ok, good. Rồi, ok nha các bạn. Này các bạn còn có thắc mắc gì thì cứ comment lên trên các video của cô. Video nào cũng được, mấy cái gần đây á. Yes, xong rồi thì cô hoặc là thầy cô khác sẽ trả lời cho mình. Yes, alright. Ok, banana. Nghe thì hiểu, mà hiểu chưa hết đâu. Tại vì nếu mà hiểu hết được cặn kẽ những cái mà người ta đang lòng vòng này thì mình sẽ tỉnh được hơn. Nghe cô hát trên video á, chứ giờ học là như này không hát được đâu. Yes. Ok, cô dịch đáp án C. Đáp án C, nãy cô dịch rồi mà. Có bao nhiêu trẻ em tận hưởng cái quyển sách mà lẽ ra được viết cho, được dành cho cái giới tính còn lại. Ok. Tận hưởng cái kiểu sách như thế. Alright. Okay, so thank you very much everyone. Bạn nào chưa follow cô thì follow nha. Alright, rồi bạn nào muốn đăng ký học thì nhắn vào đây, hoặc nhắn vào nick TikTok của cô. Muốn lấy tài liệu của ngày hôm nay thì nhắn vào đây. Alright, bye bye các bạn. Thank you for joining today. Hôm nay vẫn đủ 2 tiếng. Yes, mai chắc là sẽ rất ốm đây. Bye bye các bạn.